Welcome, all you surfing enthusiasts. This is SoCal Surf with Dan Nappy. Today, how to surf. Last week, we went to Newport by the pier and we're teaching some people how to surf. And these were young kids. And so the first thing that you want to find out if you're a beginner or if you're teaching somebody to surf, the number one thing is, can you swim? You'd be surprised how many people say, well, not very well. It's real important to know how to swim. You have to be comfortable in the water. There's waves that will knock you down, drag you under, fill your mouth and ears and nose with water. And if you're not used to that, you could panic easily. So first of all, can you swim? If you can't, then don't try to learn how to surf. Get yourself some swimming experience and then come back to the ocean. The ocean, again, first thing you want to know is the ocean does whatever it wants. It'll drag you undertows. It'll drag you out with riptides. Riptide, basically all the waves coming in from the ocean, hitting the shoreline, the water's got to go back out. Most of the time it's an ebb and flow of in and out, pretty mellow. But occasionally on bigger days or when there's a stronger current, you'll form little pockets of water that are rushing back out to sea. And if you get caught in a riptide, you cannot swim against it. You can't swim in while the water's pushing you out. It's too strong. It's just not going to happen. So the way to survive a riptide is to swim parallel to the water. To the shore. So until you've gotten out of the riptide, it's dragging you deeper and deeper and deeper into the ocean. Don't panic. Let it drive you out to the ocean until it passes, and it will pass as soon as it gets past the breakers or where the waves are breaking. It will dissipate, and then swim sideways. A good distance, carefully, slowly, watching your breathing, just being relaxed. And when you've gone down the beach another 25 to 50 yards, then start swimming in, and it'll become a lot easier. In fact, the ocean will help you with the waves coming in. The waves will push you as you swim in, and so you will get help from the ocean after the ocean drug you out, and then you'll get in. And if you use the waves to your advantage, you'll be able to get back into onto the shore, and hopefully everything will be fine. Number one, don't panic. Number two, swim parallel. Number three, take your time. And number four, swim towards the sand. Again, at all times, staying relaxed. That's the key. The ocean has currents that go sideways. A lot of the times you get in the water and it starts dragging you down the beach. That's something you want to be aware of. If you're trying to surf a certain spot, then you'll want to make adjustments. If you can't touch the ground, you're going to be sliding down the beach. Now, most times, like last week, when I have new people, I take them to a Newport type beach, or Bolsa Chica is also a good place to learn. Seal Beach is another good place to learn. By the pier where the ocean is pretty mellow. There's not a lot of currents, very, very few, if any, riptides. So it's pretty mellow and easy to learn without too much, risk factors. So we were teaching some kids how to surf, and we put them on some big foam boards, Costco type. And side note, Costco has ruined surfing. Not really, just a joke. So you get them on some foam boards, and I went out and about waist high and pushed them as a wave was coming. As the wave touches the back of the board, I would push them in towards the sand, and then they would stand up. And then as I've been doing this now with these kids for I started last year, but they only come 3 or 4 times a year, so it's not that I could teach them every day. But this last time, they were beginning to understand the ocean a little bit more, and they paddled out on their own. They turned around and paddled back in and caught some waves completely on their own. So that's a big step when it comes to surfing. Understanding the waves, where they break, getting outside past where they break, and then turning and paddling in when you see one you like. That is huge for learning how to surf. And so that's what we did, and that was very, it's exciting. It's rewarding to watch them progress to the point where they're doing it on their own. And I stood on the shore and just kept an eye on them. Actually, I was sitting on the shore in a nice, comfortable chair, eating grapes and various other snacks. So I was in good shape, and they were learning how to surf in the ocean. So very, very good, very, very good progress there. And now we're going to have to start going out with them outside past the breakers and try to explain now the shapes of the waves and how they break and how you want to line up and catch the waves. And then you have to turn, and you want to turn after you've learned how to stand up and you've ridden a few waves like that, and you're able to paddle into them and catch them. The next thing you want to do is learn how to surf in the right direction as far as the wave is going to let you. You don't want to stay in the white portion or the breaking part of the wave. You want to stay on the face where it's just about to break, where it's nice and steep. If you can stay in that section of the wave, and if you want to look at some YouTube videos, just go to YouTube and put in surfing or Kelly Slater or any famous surfer, and plenty of surfing videos will come up. And you can even put how to surf, and you'll get some videos, and you can see when you get a little bit better, or if you look at the good surfers, they want to stay in the breaking part of the wave. You don't have to necessarily do all these massive tricks at first. You just want to learn how to stay in that section of the wave where it's just about ready to break. That'll give you the power and the speed you need to get it done. So that's how to surf. As far as beginners go, anything after that, you're just going to have to watch other people, and you could hire a coach if you're serious about learning how to surf, or you want to get into the competitive areas. You can hire a coach. We'll teach you and give you pointers. But for just recreation surfing, you just want to look and see what other people are doing, watch the video, watch their watch what they do, and then you go out and you try to duplicate that. The biggest thing in surfing at that point is paddling out, paddling to catch a wave, paddling to avoid waves. Paddling is very important. So if you're thinking you're tired, keep paddling, build up your paddling muscles, and that will get you into waves and keep you safer if you can paddle. And again, I always recommend never try to outrun the wave. It's faster than you can paddle. Best thing to do is face it head on and head right towards it. If it's 1 to 2 feet, you can maybe power right through it. If it's anything over 2 feet, you want to go under it. And if you don't have a small board, if you have a big board, get rid of the board and dive under. Or you can turtle roll, which is just rolling the board over on its back with you underneath it until the wave passes and roll it back over. But a duck dive is your best bet, or pushing the board away from you and diving under. That is your recommended way to face any large wave that's making you nervous. Never, never, ever try to outrun it. That's the worst thing you can do. It'll pick you up and throw you around like you're a twig, and it's very easy to get disoriented and panic, so don't do that. Go head straight towards the wave and go under it, or if it's small enough, go over it. And that's my advice. Thanks for listening. We'll see you tomorrow, which is really today for me, and we're going to talk about Newport in the jetties area. So I'll see you tomorrow. Check our sponsors, taskbullet.com, nappyclothing.com, swingeasy.com, and give them a look. Thanks for listening. See ya.